Good morning, my front wheel skids. Tottenham, boys, come on you Spurs. Arsenal, you lost. What do we think of Arsenal? Yeah, shite. I've had to come out and do a walk because the wife's TikToking it up and I'll get copyrighted on the old YouTube, won't I? First thing she said to me, I've just been around the shop, got myself some snack, and she's come up to me. First thing I said, good morning mademoiselle, or bonjour mademoiselle, and she went to me, we've got to get rid of Richarlison. I've got a stoning monsieur. Get rid of Richarlison. Now this is how my mind works. I said, you can't get rid of Richie. I goes, you've obviously never played football, have you? And she looks at me. I went, because that ball was swinging in and he's got big old shoulders and a small little head. I said, the angle where that ball was flying in, you had to get yourself in a right certain position to get that ball in the back of the net, because if it hit the wrong side of your head, that was coming straight back at. And it does lead you on to the question, when you watch other content creators that have never played football, there's never been on grassroots level football, that you've got to get yourself in certain positions sometimes, and he gets himself in the positions, but he just can't, oh mate, he just can't get them in. But I love his shit assery. And I feel now he's been with Tottenham a couple of seasons, I got quite attached to the boy. And this is what, when your heart rules your head sometimes in football, doesn't it? You get to that point and you think to yourself, am I talking sense or I'm letting my heart rule my head? Especially when we can call some of these players dead wood because they haven't lived up to their expectations. I've heard on the grapevine that we call the internet, on the pulse, on the fucking pulse today, that Paulinho is flying over for a medical. Ooh, I've heard that one before. The geezer only drove down from Nottingham for a medical, didn't it? It ended up like a fucking YouTube saga, like the Vikings episodes, you know what I mean? One after the fucking other, of absolute fucking waffle on the fucking internet. I can turn my swearing up because you're allowed to swear on YouTube and not be vilified for it. Thank God for the common man, eh? Someone had the sense to realise that not all swearing is bad swearing. Some people just swear because it's where they come from. What else is on the horizon for Spurs? We've just beat Arsenal. One of the most aggressive pre-season games I've seen in ages. I was not excited for the game one bit. In fact, I was quite down in the dumps. I don't know whether that was my bipolar type 2 fucking screwed me over. I try and be as honest as I can in these videos, because sometimes one day's different to the next when you've got bipolar type 2. And it's not nice. Sometimes you just feel flat. When you feel flat, sometimes your videos get a bit flat. I'm just, yeah, I'll show you where I'm going to stand or sit. There's a monastery up there. I don't know whether you can see the monastery. It overlooks us. It's a lovely little monastery. And I come here the other day to do a video in the morning and I couldn't release it, but there was a cockerel crowing behind me. It was 5:45 in the morning. I got back to the campsite to have an heart to heart because it all went fucking pear-shaped in my fucking caravan and I had to sort some shit out. And always find honesty is the best policy with sorting shit out in this life. Talking of honesty is the best policy. I just started off a new channel, not a new channel, just weekly episode, from the streets of Bethnal Green to coming on YouTube, and the journey along the way, all the way from the very start of life in Whitechapel, Bethnal Green, up until 2 years ago, and being on YouTube, and why I feel you got to do this honestly, and you ain't got to bullshit your subscribers, because you can't bullshit in this life, can you? Years and years ago, I got myself into a situation where I was sitting in the back of a car with something pointed to my head, and the only way I got out of that situation was through pure honesty, where a lot of people base their criminal activities on lies, underhanded and manipulation. I was a bit different to that. I was honest, and I told the geezer what I did have, what I didn't have, and how I'm going to rectify the situation. The geezer clocked the honesty, and he respected it, and we sorted stuff out, and that's the way I've been living my life, and I brought it onto YouTube as well. Real talk, and just be honest about things. Anyway, getting back to the football, the pre-season, I didn't think I'd enjoy that Arsenal game. I enjoyed Spence being really aggressive. I enjoyed the setting up that Thomas Frank done. Mate, it was Pep who said that you give him a big club and he's going to evolve into one of the best managers. And so far, I know it's only a few games, and we've beat Arsenal, and we didn't quite beat the other teams, but that was just getting our legs standing up. We seem to have got our legs rather quickly against Arsenal. I had to watch that stream on TikTok with a bunch of Arsenal fans, and they was all moaning that Arsenal ain't their best squad, and bring on this player and bring on that player, and you watch, we're going to score a goal in a minute, and they never did. The defence looks rather more solid. Us at corners, we're actually pushing on players, and we never see that under Ange Postecoglou. It felt different. It felt really different for a change. It felt good different. It didn't feel stale, did it? Even when we got Postecoglou, he inherited a squad, then started to rebuild, and we had a lot of content creators telling us, oh, if we had a different manager, it's going to be different. Well, we've had that with Mourinho, Conte. We see a bit of difference when we got interim managers like Stellini and Ryan Mason. When Postecoglou come in, we got a lot of fans from Australia bigging him up. We got a lot of Scotch fans bigging him up, and he never quite done it in the Premiership, did he? It was just lacklustre in the Premiership. There was a lot of pressure from stepping up from a Scottish club to a Premiership British club, and I think he felt the pressure, not on the pitch. I think he felt the pressure that Daniel Levy lied to him. But this time, I think Thomas Frank has walked into that club knowing that Daniel Levy's got a bit of a Billy Bullshitter attitude towards signing players and that. And I think he's took that into account, because he ain't stupid, Thomas Frank. He's far from stupid as a manager. To become a mid-table club in the Premiership takes a lot of doing with the squad that he had. He might have had some decent players, but the actual squad as a whole, he's made them play their heart out, and I seem to see that in the Arsenal game. They played like a totally different club. They played like different players, didn't they? Mind you, I was watching it on a little. I had to put my glasses on to watch it. That's how small the TikTok thing was. So if anyone's got a way of watching the streams that you can't get, that would be nice to put me in the WhatsApp group and chuck me in it, and we'll all watch it together. Because I ain't paying that. I ain't giving Daniel Levy any more money for Spurs playing and all that. You know what I mean? I'll begrudge buying a proper Tottenham top. I just can't bring myself to order the Snides though. You know, do you know what it is? I don't like the feeling. Maybe I've led that sort of life where I've never had the Snides. I don't like the feel of the material. I like the feeling of the expensive price tag. Maybe I've spoilt myself, but they do feel better. My mate used to buy Snides and the material felt different. Even though they looked exactly the same, they did feel a bit different. You know what I mean? Even the score draw retro ones feel different. They haven't got that expensive quality about them, have they? You know. Anyways, did you enjoy the game? Put it in the comments. I really enjoyed the game. I enjoyed it. Really gave me a feeling of we're going somewhere. Just after one Premiership football team that we played, the filth. I highly enjoyed the filth going into meltdown on TikTok. Mate, what a bunch of tossers they are. AFTV, mate, they went into an absolute fucking meltdown, didn't they? The only thing I didn't enjoy from the on-con games, what I've seen, is the YouTube content creators being stupid and being silly. From expressions to the brothers, it's just silliness. Get yourself a couple of beers, Daniel. Ask a proper question at the press conference next time. You know what I mean? Christ Almighty, you could have bigged up the Tottenham YouTube community. Instead, it was just all self-imposed fucking bullshit. I'm a big advocate for the whole Spurs community as a whole. No matter, you see me expose them and all that, but we're all yids. It would be nice to get a bit of recognition from some of these big creators instead of them just platforming the same people. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about the smaller content creators as well. There's quite a lot of new smaller content creators, and I bet you bottom dollar there's going to be, over the next couple of years, there's going to be even more of these youth taking to YouTube. They've all got something to say. Some of them like to clip you and paraphrase you. They cut out the humour. They also don't understand parody and being ironic and sarcastic, and they also don't understand Greek tragedy. Maybe they should get on the YouTube train, you know, and get a thick skin. Anyway, I'm going now from sunny France. I'm going to drink my coffee and go back to my missus and go back to my little uns. Well, little uns, they're all taller than me now. What's that say about me? Oh, fuck me. Mate, no wonder I'm related to Napoleon. Anyway, you have a good day, and baked potato.